Welcome. Hello. Welcome to Weird Blues Tales, where I tell you strange stories. It's usually stuff that happened to me, while throwing a little blues here and there. Today we're playing the Artcore Ibanez, which is a Nebula series, lovely guitar. And we're telling the story of One Horn, the mama goat. In the year of our Lord, 2018, I found myself living on a goat farm. It's kind of a strange situation. I came from having good money and a good life to all of a sudden having everything taken away from me. Anyway, through a bunch of ordeals, my friend that we like to call Doug the King gave me a really nice trailer, like a camp trailer, but it was like 36 feet by 8 feet. And he said he would pay to have it moved anywhere I could find a place for it. So it took me about 10 months, but I found the goat farm. And it was a pretty good deal. I got free trailer space and electricity, and all I had to do was make sure nobody stole the goats and picked up the trash once a week. So that was pretty good. The only thing about it was there was no running water on the place. Now my trailer had a toilet, but you had to empty it, but everybody else was using an outhouse. There was a main house about 300 yards from my trailer. It was a big place. It was a goat farm. And there was about 5 or 6, sometimes 7 or 8 guys living there at any one time. Again, no running water. They had electricity, but they went to the food bank a lot. And they used to store the food that they got at the food bank in this little pantry, this entryway that was the front door. You came into like this foyer type thing was probably about 10 feet by 8 feet. And there was 2 refrigerators in there, and they used to throw food in there, but they used to throw boxes of like loaves of bread and stuff like that they got from the food bank in there because it stayed pretty cold in there. And anyway, one morning there was a couple of gunshots, and I went up there, and apparently the owner, um, another story in itself, um, found one horn in the pantry eating the food bank food. So he came out there with, I think, a 9mm and started popping up shots at poor one horn. And again, this was like a 10 foot by maybe only 6 foot space. It wasn't a lot of room in there. And he couldn't hit this poor goat. Finally, he hit it once, somewhere in the head, and it took off running. And he wasn't about to chase it or finish it off. So we made all the guys on the place draw straws. It's not my job. I just pick up the trash and make sure nobody steals the goat. So I didn't really have to draw no straws. I didn't have to kill no goats. But the guy that drew the straw, he was not into it. He was not into killing this goat. So it was sad. So I went back to my trailer. A few days passed. Time went on. One morning, 3-4 days later, I was in my room in my trailer playing my guitar. And I hear on the door. And I'm like, what the heck? I look out the window, and I don't see anybody out there. Hardly anybody came to visit me on the goat farm. I go back, sit down, start playing my guitar. A few minutes go by. What the heck? What the heck is going on here? So I go, look out the window again. Nothing. Nothing. So, go back to playing my guitar. So this happens like 3 or 4 times. Finally, about the 4th or 5th time, I just opened the door to find out what's going on. Because sometimes birds used to knock, but this was really weird. And there was one horn. She was standing on the steps because my trailer was about 3 feet up in the air, and there were steps going up into the trailer. And she was up there with her head knocking on the door. She knew where to go. So I went out there. I saw she was in bad shape, I looked, and she had been shot in the jaw and went through her cud, nicked her tongue, and then came out her cheek. But her jaw was bad, her cud was bad, and her tongue wasn't doing that good either. So I tried breaking up some hay and feeding. Nah, she couldn't eat the hay. No way. Wasn't gonna eat the hay. No way. No way. No hay. So I went up to the main house there, and I got a couple loaves of bread because they go to the food bank. They got all this free bread that goes to waste most of the time. And started feeding her little, bite-sized pieces of bread. She got well. She didn't get killed. She ended up having 3 more litters of kids. And that's the story of one horn of the goat. Hope you enjoyed this edition of Weird Blues Tales. I'd like to add that was the first time on the goat farm that Animal came to get my help, but it wasn't the last time. There was a lot of strange things that happened on the goat farm, but we'll tell those another time. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time on Weird Blues Tales.